Hi YouTube, and welcome back to my Random Thoughts on Thursdays. This week I'm going to talk about what I think are the reasons to choose being child-free. Alright, so a while back I did a video about why I have decided to be child-free. And just as a disclaimer up front, I am not advocating anyone to choose being child-free if they don't want to be. If you can have children and you have an honest desire to have children, then by all means have children. You know, I am not judging anyone for having children in the first place. This is more of a response for people who are judging people like myself for choosing not to have children. I had a lot of comments on that video, and I appreciate every single one of them, the good, the bad, and the ugly. But there were a number of people who came against me and said, you know what, you're making a bad choice, you should be having children, you're going to be lonely later in life, you're going to regret this, etc. Keeping in mind, you know, I am middle-aged now. I am in my 40s now. Plus, I have had a sterilization surgery. So you could talk to me until you're blue in the face. I'm not going to be ever bearing children of my own. And I'm not going to be adopting children either. My husband and I, neither one of us wants to raise children. Now, that's not to say that we hate children. We don't. We enjoy our nieces and nephews very much. We love being around kids. We just don't want the responsibility of having children ourselves. Bottom line. And, you know, that gets into some of the benefits that I see in having chosen to be a child-free by choice person. Number one, I am not a morning person. I've never been a morning person. I am a night owl. I could stay up till 2, 3, 4 in the morning and then sleep until 10, 11, 12, whatever. Obviously, as a sidebar to that, not only do you have to be child-free to be able to do that, you also have to be self-employed and make your own hours. It doesn't really work if you have a 9-to-5 job or a job where you have to get up early in the morning. But be that as it may, even if I had a regular job, if I had kids, I would have to get up an extra hour or two earlier in order for them to get them up, to get them ready, to send them to school. If they were an infant, you know, the midnight feedings and all that stuff. So there's a number of components there. You know, self-employment definitely helps me with my current sleep schedule. But even if I wasn't self-employed, I'd still be able to get an extra hour or two sleep in the morning that I wouldn't normally get if I had kids. So that's one reason, you know, and to be perfectly honest, I think I would have been a very, very grubby parent if I'd had kids because of that. I don't do well in the mornings. I just don't. Another reason, second reason, is money. Current estimates for children who were born in, I think, 2012 are that they would cost around $240,000 from the time that they're born till the time they graduate college. That's how much money it would cost to raise a child. That's a lot of money. That's money that I could put towards my retirement, for example, so that I could choose to go, if I needed to a really nice assisted living facility instead of a state-run nursing home. So there's that benefit right there. And there were a number of people who were like, oh yeah, you're going to really regret when you get older and you're going to get stuck in a nursing home. And people who are saying these things are making a number of assumptions. One, they're assuming I am going to get old in the first place, which, you know, is likely based on my genetics. But I could get run over by a bus tomorrow. There's no guarantee I'm going to live to be a ripe old age. I want to, but there's no guarantee. The second assumption is that I will get forced into a nursing home. In the United States, the majority of older people, if they need assistance, are not being cared for by their children. They are being forced into nursing homes by their children. And if the parent does not want to go to the nursing home, a lot of the kids are having their parents declared incompetent in order to force them into the nursing homes. So, be that as it may, having children is no guarantee that you're going to have someone to take care of you in your retirement years. So it's better to save money and take care of yourself. don't count on your kids, because you don't know if your kids are going to take care of you when you get older. And I think it's kind of selfish to assume that your kids are going to drop everything and take you into their home and change your adult diapers and feed you and give you the 24/7 care that you're going to require, you know, that otherwise a nursing home would provide. Really? Do you really are expecting, this is the reason you're having children, is so that they will nursemaid you in your older years? You know, people call us child-free people selfish, but all right. And another benefit, flexibility of schedule. So because I don't have a child, I don't have to stick to any kind of a routine or schedule, which is good to have when you have children, because, you know, I don't have the child, so I don't have to have, you know, and plus, you know, in terms of income and things, I'm not strictly stuck with a 9-to-5 job in order to provide all of the things that a child needs. I can be independent and run my own business. And, you know, if my business falters a little bit, it's just myself and my husband that, you know, and of course my husband also has his own business as well. And between the two of us, you know, if things slide a little bit, well, the two of us can sacrifice a little bit. But it's so much more difficult if you want to try and ask your child to sacrifice. You know, honey, let's not eat breakfast this week. You can't really do that with kids. They need food. They need to grow. And so the parents have to sacrifice more and things. And that's hard. And yes, I will admit this. It's like, you know, one of the many reasons I don't want to be a parent is because I see how difficult it is, and I don't want to do it. Another benefit is with my career. I can focus on my career. I can really focus on what I want to do with my life and how I want to focus on my career. And if I want to work till 4 in the morning, I can. I don't have to worry about, you know, tucking a child into bed and being quiet so they can sleep and that kind of thing. My husband's also a night owl, so it helps that as well, that we have similar schedules. And then another benefit, one of the things is that as a woman especially, woman's body doesn't completely mature until she has children. That doesn't make me any less of a woman, but from a medical standpoint, I think my breasts are considered immature because they've never produced milk. But it kind of makes them a little more perky, to put it delicately. But then also, I mean, you know, look, I am in my 40s, and I think I look pretty good for my age, you know. I know a number of women who are my age or younger, who've had a few children, and they're not, you know, they're aging more rapidly because, you know, they don't get as much sleep, they worry more, they just have more stress. Just from the whole process of parenting and raising a child, there's just a lot more stress involved, and that's going to age you faster. And so, you know, that's another perk, is the fact that I'm not going to age nearly as quickly because of those things. So anyway, those are the top benefits I see to being child-free. I mean, there's others as well. You know, primarily the fact that I just don't want children. That's, you know, that's the main impetus, but there's a lot of side benefits to not wanting children. And, you know, if you feel like you are child-free by choice, or basically just don't want to have children, don't let people pressure you into going through and having children just because you think it's expected of you, because your parents or your in-laws want grandbabies, that kind of thing. You know, if you honestly feel like you don't want to have children, then you shouldn't be having children, because I think for those of us who really don't want children, we make terrible parents. We really do. My mom didn't want kids, and just I would never do to, you know, like I am sparing the children I'm never having from having to deal with the kind of parent that I had, basically. Trust me, I am doing them a favor by letting them never be born. Just, you know, it's trust me, it's a good thing. You know, plus we have over 7 billion people on the planet. I think, you know, it's not that we have too many, but let's just say that the human population is not going to go extinct just because I decided not to have children. So I will leave it at that, and I want to thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoy my videos. If you want my fitness update, I've had one of the most insane work weeks ever, and I just have not gotten to the gym yet, and I am actually filming this on Thursday, and so I have absolutely got to do tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in order to get my weekend. I did get 3 days in. Actually, I got 4 days in last week, so I did good last week. And in order to meet my goal of remaining more active, I have to go to the gym the next 3 days in a row. And thankfully, I've gotten all my work done this week, so I now can focus on my fitness and other things and just, you know, relaxing and having some fun before, you know, hoping to get more projects starting next week. So that's that update. Again, thanks for watching. If you are enjoying my vlogs at all, please like them, please share them. I appreciate anyone who shares my videos. Please leave comments and questions, and I take on all comers. And I guess until next week, take care. Bye-bye.